Have you ever seen someone on screen and thought, wow, she is unforgettable? Anne Baxter was one of those stars. She was not just an actress. She was a presence that people remembered long after the credits rolled. But there was something more about her, something that made her performances bold and daring for her time. We're going to look at Anne Baxter in a way you might not have seen before, especially a look at some of her roles where she left very little to the imagination. Anne Baxter was born in 1923 in Michigan. Her family had ties to the theater world. Her aunt was the famous actress Mae West, growing up around the stage in films, and was destined to be in front of the camera. She started acting in small plays as a teenager and soon moved into movies, where she became known for her striking looks and fearless performances. What made Anne different from other actresses of her time was how she was not afraid to take risks. In Hollywood's golden age, actresses were often expected to follow strict rules, be proper, keep their distance, and never show too much emotion or personality. Anne ignored that. She brought depth, honesty, and sometimes a hint of scandal to her roles. She let the audience see real women with real feelings, even if it was a little shocking back then. One of her most famous roles was in the movie The Razor's Edge in 1946, and played a woman trapped in a life she did not choose, full of temptation and struggle. She was not just a pretty face on the screen. She played a character with flaws, desires, and strength. That was the beginning of her reputation for taking daring roles. Then came another big moment in her career, all about Eve in 1950. Here, Anne played Eve Harrington, a young actress who was ambitious and cunning. The role required her to be both charming and ruthless, and she nailed it. People noticed her boldness on screen, and critics praised how she could hold attention without saying much at all. Some of her costumes and scenes in this movie also pushed the boundaries of what was acceptable at the time, showing that she was not afraid to show confidence in herself and her body. And Baxter's style was part of her daring nature. She had a way of standing out without trying too hard. Her outfits, her poses, even the way she looked at the camera made her unforgettable. Some people might say she left little to the imagination, not in a way that was cheap, but in a way that celebrated her presence and strength. She made audiences notice every move she made, whether in a quiet scene or a dramatic confrontation. Off-screen, and was just as interesting. She had a sense of humor and could be playful, but she was also serious about her craft. She once said that acting was about truth, about showing life as it is and not hiding from it. That honesty made her performances powerful. Fans did not just see Anne Baxter, they felt her. As she got older and continued to work in movies, television, and on stage, she never tried to act like someone she was not. Her confidence never faded, and her willingness to challenge Hollywood's rules made her a role model for future actresses who wanted to be more than just a pretty face. She showed that being daring and true to yourself could make a lasting impact. And Baxter passed away in 1985, but her legacy lives on. People remember her for her talent, her beauty, and her fearless spirit. She was not afraid to show the world who she was, both on and off the screen. That is what makes her story so fascinating even today. So, when you watch Anne Baxter in her movies, take a moment to notice more than her looks. Watch how she moves, how she speaks, how she holds herself. Notice the way she challenges the rules without saying a word. That is the secret to her charm, her ability to captivate an audience fully and leave them thinking about her long after the film ends. And Baxter was not just an actress. She was a woman who knew her power and was not afraid to show it. Bold, fearless, and unforgettable, that was Anne Baxter.